be here. Take my wife, please.
What it do, comic book gurus? It's your boy, Razor Comics, and some of y'all more nervous and sweatier than a whore in church right about now. Watching this video, yes, the Razor files are out, and if you're nervous right now, there's probably a good reason. The comic book community loves to scream family and positivity, political correctness, while acting like absolutely clowns behind live stream chats and community hangouts. A lot of these fake content creators use the comic book community, live streams and chats and hangouts as a shield for their fake personas and their crazy behavior. Guys, tonight we are getting into one of the most explosive Razor rants. And it's not about clout chasing. I'm not trying to bury people or to destroy careers. We're just going to set the record straight tonight. We're going to do what I call a comic book cleansing, a comic book community cleansing for the end of the year. So that way your boy can move on to the new year and we can set the record straight once and for all on what's happening with Razor Comics and what really happened with a couple of these clowns on the back screen here tonight. So do me a favor, smash the like button, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel for more Razor rants, rips, and hauls. So let's get into tonight's proceedings. Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
Let's go then.
Let's go then. Welcome back, comic book community. Now, I did not want to release the Razor files. I'll be honest with you. That was something that was not in my intentions. When I came into this comic book hobby, when I started doing the Razor rants and creating this type of content, guys, it was all in good fun. It was supposed to be me taking shots at the comic book community, having a different side, a different take than the normal take, than the circle jerk, rah. We agree with everything because we want to be a part of this circle so bad. The circle that I call the comic book community wars. Some of you call the sticker people. I wanted to have a different take from my point of view, from things that I saw that were outrageous. Now, as time went on, I'll be honest with you, it escalated. I took some things personally that I should have, and I made maybe some verbal attacks that probably went a little bit too far. I quickly thought that there might have been some lines established. I know wife jokes were a little bit crossing the line, but you sharing your mom on the line is one of those lines that I didn't think would ever be crossed, and that was something that was done to me. Creating fake counts in my name and using them to troll my live streams to attack people that make comments on my videos. I never thought that would happen. It got to a point where it escalated that people didn't want to attack me as far as doing drama content or gossip. They wanted to destroy me. They wanted to basically bury me and make me look into like some, I guess you call it a locale where everybody's laughing. Guys, I don't talk like that. I'm a grown-ass man, so I don't know what the fuck that even means. When they say you crashed out, I go like, yeah, I went to bed at 9 o'clock. I go to bed early now, bro. You used to stay up with the late night show, but I got a different schedule. I'm a grown-ass man, dog. So those kind of words and terms, I don't understand. Here's another word and term that I don't understand. Dropping the N-bomb as a Mexican. Some of you might think that that's okay in certain cultures. Especially if you're black, definitely that's something that I can't speak on. I'm not black, so I don't use that word. That's not part of my vocabulary on everyday talk. I don't use it when I'm trying to take jabs at people. I don't use it when I'm calling people out. I never let that word slip because it doesn't come into my mind. I'm not raised that way. Now, I know some of you are, and I'm quite okay with that. I have no problem with that. 90% of Mexicans basically don't use that word. Mexicans grow up usually around other Mexicans for the most part, or they grow up around like paisas, what we call paisas, which are Mexicans from Mexico. Now, people that grow up, Mexicans that around other Mexicans, usually grow up in a Mexican gang, what we call Chicano gang or SA gangs, as some of you might call it. Other Mexicans grow up in, Crip blood gangs, and then they learn the vernacular, and that's how they talk. That's basically what's happening, especially with a lot of young culture now. And I've noticed that with rappers like OT Mexican and others. Now, Darth Lopez is one of these ones that pointed that out to me. We had a conversation about this word out of nowhere, which I thought was a little weird for Darth Lopez just to be bringing up the N-word. This happened all around Kendrick Lamar, guys. Kendrick Lamar came out, and we were talking about how hot it was, how his album was absolute fire, which it was. And then he started, for some reason, using the N-word and saying that that's okay now because the OT Mexican OT uses the N-word, and the kids nowadays, that's it's part of their vernacular. And I thought that was kind of weird, coming from a grown-ass man who I know grew up in Los Angeles, and as a Mexican, and if you're supposedly he's an SA that grew up in the SA or Chicano gang, as a Chicano, you don't say that, bro. Chicanos don't talk like that. That's not how we talk. But he thought that was okay. And I should have known this from a Latino from Trump supporter. He's a fucking sellout, guys. These Latino Trumps are hardcore until the ICE comes knocking for their door, grabbing their parents. Not so hardcore anymore, are you? He's one of those fake fucking Latinos. He'll sell out himself, his soul, his culture, just to be part of the Comic Community Awards. I won't do that, guys. I'm not on Legion of Comics nuts. I'm not going to become a Republican because it's cool. And I'm definitely not going to use the N-word at any point and think it's okay to do that. Well, this guy did. And he thought that not only he thought it was okay to use it, but he thought that was okay to use it mocking me. Basically saying that you'll always be my N-word. When this beef escalated and the war started getting hot, I blocked this guy, right? Because it came evidently clear it wasn't going to be a battle of just drama content, of gossip, making verbal assaults by jokes. It was, I want to take you down. I want to bury you. I want you to lose your job, your family, your life. Basically, that was happening. And that was coming from the hate from this guy. These are the people that think it's okay to use these words behind closed doors when they get comfortable with people like me. I should have called this out a long time ago, but now when you drop this on me, I'm calling it out, bro. At this point, there's no reason for me to hide anything. I'm going through my own spiritual cleansing. I want to start off the new year new. I'm going to do a little bit of a different direction with the Razor Rants. I'm stepping away from the attacking. I'm going to laugh at a lot of these trolls. I took a lot of stuff way too personal, guys, and I apologize for that. But I'm not going to apologize for clowns like this. I've never been somebody who is not who I am. I've cried on here. I've spilled my guts. I've been completely honest with who I am as an individual from day one. You're never going to find me being any more real than I am on this channel. I have been here to point out the hypocritical, fake bullshit in this comic community, and I'm not going to stop now. These guys are not my friends. There is no code in this comic community. There's none of this that we don't share DMs. Men don't. These guys don't live by that code, man. These are keyboard warriors that grow up in this whatever generation we're now that uses words like crash out and locale and shit that I really don't understand because I'm not fucking trying to be young, bro. I'm trying to be who I am, different from the comic community. And I don't use the N-word. Real Chicanos don't use the N-words. Bitches like this guy, sellout wannabe Trump supporters that think it's okay to talk like this, they use the N-word. You're fake, you're phony, and you've always been a dick-riding, clout-chasing chump. You can't afford to pay for teeth, but you can afford to buy comic books. And another thing, the next time you talk shit and you want to try to bury me and you want to create some type of code where you don't cross over and talk about people's families, stick to your code. When it's okay for others, but when you want to start talking about my mom and say, oh yeah, let me see Razor's mom on camera, you're crossing your own code, and that's being a sellout, bro. You're doing whatever you have to be to sell out, and that's what you've always done. You're a sellout, you're a Trump Latino, you're a wannabe, and you're okay with using the N-word behind closed doors because you know you'll get your face fucking knocked in if you try to talk like that around others. Now, Chicanos, Mexicans should not use the N-word. There's Latinos that do use the
Can't
N-word.
say the N-word, but Dominicans are okay.
An example, a clip where it's okay, because you're probably asking yourself, I know there's some of you out there that's wondering, hey, Razor, when is it okay to actually use the N-word, man? Well, I'm going to speak to the Latinos. This is only for the Latinos, because I know some of you are probably, well, Mexicans, how come they can't use the N-word? The Puerto Ricans and Colombians and how come they can? Dominicans can. Well, I found a perfect clip for you guys. to help explain it and break it down. Play the clip.
Mexicans can't say the N-word, but Dominicans are okay?
Exactly. Puerto Ricans are cool too. Unless you're a J-Lo Puerto Rican.
As opposed to a...
Rosie Perez.
Look at simple. Big pun, Fat Joe, okay. Mark Anthony, Ricky Martin, no bueno.
See, basically the whole terror squad can say it, but not Menudo.
Agree.
Mexicans...
But not Menudo. Guys, I hope that helped broke it down for you as far as why Mexicans can't say the N-word. But of course, dumbasses like Darth Lopez, they don't understand that because they're behind closed doors. They're racist. They think that's okay. Now, skip it to the next George. George, this is going to be real quite simple for the 757 Hustle Show. Take my wife, please. Bro, I don't want to take your wife. It's been on record. This guy is a swinger. He likes to swing. He's mentioned it to me. He's mentioned it to others like CJ backstage. I had a conversation with this guy out of nowhere, which is these guys just like to, for some reason, they just like to feel comfortable around me and just feel like opening up and talk however they want, which is cool. And I appreciate that. But here's what's weird about George. George from the 757 Hustle Show is a weird dude, man. He doesn't have a job. He stays home and he lives off his wife's disability. I have a problem with guys that live off their wives that don't work. That you see those memes. Their wives are always buying them shit. They have to ask to check their checkbook for the withdrawal money. George is one of those guys, ladies and gentlemen. His wife is they live off disability. He doesn't work because he lives off her money. She gets pretty good money for being disabled. That's what George does. That's why George doesn't work. Well, George is a swinger, guys. And George, you are. Don't fucking try to lie and hide it. You're a swinger. You offered your wife to me when you came down here, bro, which is probably one of the reasons why you guys got into a huge argument and she took her money from your account and put it back into hers. Guys, I could not make this up. I don't want to have sex with women that look like this. No disrespect, but this is not my bag. If I knew that she looked like this, George, I would have even thought about it, my guy. Guys, yes, I am a single guy. I know to be a little bit freaky, and hey, man, I might have even participated. But when this came over, I was like, no, I'm good. Here's how it plays out, guys. George mentions this to me, that when he comes over, his wife is going to be with them, and then they like to swing, and if I was interested, then let him know, when they're down here, right? Well, fast forward to him flying down here, visiting me on vacation. He came down here to see his family, a wedding or some shit. But the very first stop was here at my house. So we can go have dinner, and we can smoke, and we could, have a good time. Well, when we showed up to dinner, his wife was walking, I think, behind us because she's disabled, or in front of us. And it was me and George kind of talking. And he gave me the, so what do you think? What do you think? And I was like, I didn't know what to say, guys. I was like, yeah, but not right now. Bro, I don't want to bang your wife, man. I don't want to. Guys, if you like to share your wife and you like to disrespect your wife in that way, that's fine, man. I might even partake if she's hot. But you're not fucking this shit right here. I would have fucked this with the other Darth Lopez, with the other George's dick. This is not for me, bro. I'm sure she's a beautiful, wonderful lady, deep inside somewhere. But sharing your wife with me, I'm not down with that. And you are a swinger. You're a swinger. And to come over here and give me, hey, what do you think? I knew something was up, bro. Once I turned you down, and you left back to Virginia, and you went to Heroes Con, and you started to, get other people got in your ear, and you're quick to move on. I hurt your feelings when you came out here, bro. And I know I did. You and your wife got in a huge fight. You disrespected her by offering her to me. You're yelling at her. She took the money from you, kicked you out, which is no. You told this story. You're crying to me, bro, when you got kicked out. You didn't have a place to stay. I offered you my couch. You're like, I got to fly out tomorrow. I'm going to have to get a plane ticket. George with the 755 house show. Bro. Nah, homie. I'm good. You can keep that. So, guys, it has been a crazy ride, and I'm not trying to bury anybody. I'm not trying to destroy anybody's careers. I'm not like these guys, that they took their shots so that way they can get their views. That way they can get accepted into this comic community circle jerk. If I'm not accepted, I'm not okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm going to continue to do my thing. Hell, I'm even going to have a community hangout as well. I call it Ceasefire Sunday because I do want to move on. I do want to extend the olive leaves to certain members of the comic community who I might have slighted, and maybe I've got the narrative wrong, and I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm saying that I'm wrong, and I want to move on from that. And I know I've taken my shots, and I started off in good fun. It escalated to this drama that I didn't ever think that I would get to. And I apologize, comic community, for it escalating to this place, to where we're at now. It was not in my intentions for this drama to get out of hand like this at all. This rant, as you can see, is a little bit more laid back, it's a little more chill, probably a little bit more monotone, because it's just something that I'm just trying to clear. It's a cleansing. It's all it is. I want to move on to the new year. These guys are not going to be part of my life anymore. I'm done with this crew, this circle, and there's better things to come on the next Razor Rant. So please smash the like. I got hella cotton mouth here. Drop a comment, subscribe for more Razor Rants, rips, and hauls, and until next time, check you later.